My name is Kate Hawley. I have two kids. They're almost 3 and almost 6. I'm a small business owner. I own a yoga studio in the Montevilla neighborhood in Portland, Oregon. So we have struggled quite a bit with childcare costs over the last almost 6 years. In order to kind of make ends meet, we started Airbnb-ing rooms in our house a few years ago. We still do have one Airbnb that is on our property. So that's helped us, but it doesn't cover the entire cost of our childcare. We've gone into a lot of debt since having kids, trying to make ends meet. I've definitely struggled to grow my business. I have to pay to work, so it's a catch-22 because it takes a bit of investment to be able to get to work to grow my business. So that's been pretty difficult to manage. I have one employee here at the studio now, but I would definitely be able to employ more people if I was able to grow my business at a faster rate. So it definitely, having more support with childcare would really help my business grow. We haven't been able to save for retirement or anything else. We've spent probably between 1/3 and 1/2 of our gross adjusted income on childcare costs over the last few years. This is pretty significant, and that's my testimonial.
Hi, my name is Jeff Martinez, and I'm a low-income first-generation college student. Access to childcare and funding for it has made a huge impact in my life. When I first started going to school, I was receiving student activity fee funding, which is students funding students, and it allowed me to start taking a couple classes, and it allowed me to get my foot in the door. Then moving further, I received the C Campus grant, which allowed me to take much more classes and get involved. And most recently, I received the Head Start funding, which is full funding from my daughter to attend school, which has opened up all the doors for me to get involved in student government and to receive a paid internship over the summer that I wouldn't have received if I wasn't going to school full time because of funding in childcare. Now I applied for Portland State childcare a year in advance because the childcare is very limited everywhere in the state, and there's many other students like myself who experience these barriers. And I feel like if there's more money and more spots for students, parents to access education, it would make a big impact in their lives like myself. Thank you for hearing my story.
Hello, my name is Tiffany Chapman. I am a full-time single mom. I have one 8-year-old daughter, and I am employed full-time as an early childhood educator. I'm here today to talk about how ERDC helped me when my daughter was in daycare. Although I have a degree in early childhood education and I've opened centers here in Oregon and directed a center in California, I could not afford to send my daughter to any of the daycares I worked at without ERDC. Even with the employee discounts I received working there, I still could not afford to pay tuition for my own child, so I couldn't afford to provide for my own child what I was providing for other people's children without ERDC. So I'm asking you today to please expand funding for your ERDC. I still have my daughter in daycare after school as I work full-time. I work 3 jobs actually because early childhood education is a very low-paying field. So she's in daycare and I still qualify for ERDC, but it's not helpful to me because the copay for ERDC is higher than her monthly tuition. Her monthly tuition is $280 and my copay is $350, which is quite a significant amount of my monthly income. So we need to expand funding for this. The fact that the copay is higher than what my tuition is not helpful to me. I qualify, but I can't use it, so it doesn't make any sense that I'm living at 150% of the federal poverty level, but I can't use the ERDC program. So we need to work. Full-time single moms, working parents, they need to work. So having no childcare is not an option, and what I pay for childcare is still a pretty significant portion of my income every month. So the ERDC program needs to be expanded. Thank you for your time today.
Mi nombre es Rebeca Velázquez. Batallamos con el costo de cuidado de niños con mi último hijo, ya que no alcanzamos a cubrir el gasto. Tenemos 2 hijos más grandes y por lo tanto muchos otros gastos que cubrir. Nos encontramos en una situación difícil, ya que ganamos más de lo que programas como G-Star permite ganar para ser elegible, pero no lo suficiente para que sea el costo algo que alcancemos a cubrir con nuestros ingresos. Gracias a que trabajo en una organización sin fines de lucro y que aceptó que llevara a mi hijo a la oficina, pude seguir en mi trabajo, lo cual fue una bendición, pero creo en ciertos momentos algunas dificultades. No me arrepiento de haberme llevado a trabajar a mi hijo y verlo crecer dentro de mi trabajo. Al mismo tiempo, no fue fácil, ni fue lo ideal. Otras madres no son tan afortunadas. Necesitamos que el cuidado de niños sea algo que no nos lleve a la pobreza. Gracias.
I'm Jenny. My daughter Delilah is 4 years old. We were eligible for EDRC to help us pay for childcare expenses so that I could look for work, and helped me as I went through an internship to get gainfully employed. Once I received my first raise, I was no longer eligible for EDRC, but I still couldn't afford childcare. I didn't realize how expensive good, dependable childcare is. We went to look at centers that were beautiful and gorgeous, and there was children playing in the dirt, and Delilah said, "I want to stay here forever." And then I broke down when they showed me that the cost of the childcare, even for part-time, is more than we pay in rent, and that there's no way that we can afford food, rent, and our third of our income to childcare. I can't find a solution to it, but we need affordable childcare options for our family, so that we can stay